clients smell if you're there for money.
So the big question is, what are top agents doing to absolutely crush it in real estate, grow their teams and add more transactions year over year while so many struggle? To get the answers, we interview top real estate agents to learn their secrets to success. Listen, we believe every agent should make a minimum of $100,000 per year, and we're on a mission to make this happen. We've already helped over 100 agents achieve this with our coaching. So if you want to fast track your business growth, get to your first $100,000 in GCI or add another $100,000 in GCI using social strategies, then head over to go.eliteagentsecrets.com, or you can just click the link in the description below. Also, just make sure to follow us, hit that subscribe button, and if you get any value from this at all, please tell a friend and leave us a review. My name is Andrew Dunn.
And my name is Peter Michael. Welcome to Elite Agent Secrets.
It kind of just wraps us into being your third topic, which is about being unapologetically truthful and just, I guess, cutting straight through the shit and telling people as it is. So unpack why that is your third and final secret to your success.
Well, it's funny because I had to call people to ask them these questions. When you gave me this thing, I'm like calling people going, dude, tell me what to say. You know me better than I know me. But we had a broker here a few years ago. He was young. He's like 32 years old. And he's the cutest thing you've ever seen out of Podunk, Oklahoma. And he was so frightened of me. And he would not look at me going down the hall. He'd look away, And then when I heard he was going to be my broker, I was like, well, he probably ought to get over not being scared of me. And so he came in our office and he wouldn't hardly speak to me. And it was so funny. And then one day I had 20 deals this one month. I had like 20 or 25 closings that month. And I had no assistant. It was just me. It was before Angela came with me. And he came down the hall and he said, you talk so aggressive when you're on the phone with these lenders. And I said, okay. And he goes, well, I don't know if you hear how stern you talk. And I said, I mean every word of what I say. And so he kind of went on. And then a couple weeks later, he called me and he goes, I owe you an apology. And I said, for what? And he goes, well, I just left a team meeting in our big office in the city. He said, you got like 25 deals this month and you're a single agent with no assistant. And he said, no wonder you don't have time to waste. And so when he introduces me to people now, it's so funny because he will say in the dictionary where it says realtor, it has Lisa Williams' picture next to it. She is the real thing. And so it's so funny because now I just love him so much. But I called him when you sent me this thing about this podcast. And I said, Andrew, tell me one thing that you think I'm different about. And he came up with that third one, unapologetic truthfulness. He said, you take a room and you can tell people I love you, but guys, this is the deal. I tell people all the time, you might be paying me to hurt your feelings. But if your house smells like cat pee, dog pee, whatever, it's my job to get that taken care of. And so if I think something, and in this market, we haven't had to do a lot of that because it's so insane here. But before this market, it was my job to kind of get people to go the direction I wanted them to go. And I do tons of divorce deals. And, they'll call me, attorneys will call me and say, I got a terrible divorce deal. I said, just send me in. I got it. And, one of the last ones I did a few years ago, it was so bad they'd been through 4 realtors. And I set them down. I said, guys, I'm going to love you. I'm going to do the very best for you, but I ain't going to put up with fighting. So we're all going to get along. It's a business transaction. I want the best for both of you. So here's how we're going to do this. And I had the house sold in 2 weeks. And I had them baking Easter cookies with their kids that year. And so, but I don't believe, and again, I think it goes back to what we talked about is I don't care if I get the money or not. Most of us don't want you to upheaval my life. And I want to be the best I can for you. But here's the truth, that doesn't work like that. And so Andrew came to my office one day and he said, I've heard you told 2 people in the last week not to buy that house. And he said, I've never heard a realtor say, don't buy a house. And I said, why would I let him buy something that's going to hurt him? And I said, it's my job to protect these people. And if I see something that is going to be dangerous, it's my job to say, look, I don't think that's the deal, but I think the deal's coming. Let's just hold off. And, I don't know what you get. I always say that there's a story about a mom in Walmart where the little kid's doing things he shouldn't do. And the mom said, I'm going to spank you if you don't stop doing that. And then the kid keeps doing it and the mom keeps saying it. And everyone in Walmart knows you're not going to spank that kid. And that's kind of the same way with this deal with real estate. If you don't go in, clients smell if you're there for money. Clients know when you're there to take advantage. And if you think they don't, they do. In the middle of the night, in the deadness of the night, they may have a thought process that I don't think she has the best interest or whatever. I think she just wants her paycheck. I don't want people thinking like that about me. By the way, I don't sell my own listings either, which people find odd because I work for a seller. And so now if you call the sign, I'll find you a reputable realtor to use. But my job is to make sure everyone's protected in the deal. Again, the money has to come secondary.
Interesting. So you will give the deal to another agent in your office, and then I'm assuming you'll just take a referral off of it, or you won't even take a referral?
Oftentimes I don't. I don't remember the last time I took a referral from one. Our broker now used to be a school teacher, and she came in here and was in school with my daughter, real estate school with my daughter. And my daughter called and said, Mom, you got to meet this lady. I said, Madison, don't be up there in that school telling people who your mom is, because I don't have time to be dealing with all these crazy new agents. And so this Melissa, our broker, when she got her license, she came to me and she said, can I just sit in the corner of your room and not say anything and just listening to you? And then next thing I know, she's at my listing appointment, sitting and listening. And I was really proud of her. But I've given her a ton of business, and she's probably the only one that we worked out a deal where she paid me some back. The rest of them, and now she's a broker, I don't give it to her anymore. But the rest of them, I just find people around here that will do a good job, but that might need some money to help their family. And we've got one new guy that just came in that's retired military. He's a great guy. I gave him 2 $700,000 buyers the last month and didn't ask for anything back. So, it's all about paying it forward, guys. We got to help other people. There's enough money to go around. And I always say, if you do the right thing, you're going to be taken care of.
Mm-hmm. Comes back to you when you least expect it.
It really does.
100%. It does. I mean, we this is the thing about, there is so much money in real estate. Like, that's what one of the things we love about it. It's just an amazing industry for generating financial freedom for yourself, for your family, generational wealth if you want it. But there is so much here that like no one person can handle it. It's like a very scarce mindset where people are like trying to forage all the deals just for themselves and like not helping anybody out. Because it's like, listen, you're thinking about this all wrong, man. Like all wrong. Like there is thousands and thousands of transactions happening at basically any one moment in the US, you know? And it's like you holding that 1 or 2 transactions or just not helping that person out or just not handing it off is not going to benefit you. Like it's really not.
And I think you're all right. It comes back to you. So if I'm at the lake and I don't get to go as often as I'd like to for a weekend, but I can call one of these people and say, I need a house shown. And they know I give them calls and they're like, sure. And they help me out, so there's kind of a quick pro quo to that deal. I mean, it's not a said deal. Hey, I'm going to do this and you're going to do that. But when I get in a jam, these people come help me out.
Yeah.
No, it's I think you've hit the nail on the head. I think one nice thing about speaking with you today is how intertwined all your topics are. Like all of them have coincided so well and elegantly together, because it's like just have an understanding of all the different areas of the real estate transaction so you can help your buyers. In doing so, you're caring for them now and in the future. And also part of caring for them is just telling them the fucking truth. We had the one of your stories, just to wrap up here, we actually had someone similar, wasn't there, where you went to see a house, Peter, and you were like, this is something not right about this place. And you just had this gut feeling in his bottom of his stomach. He's like, I can't let them buy this house, man. He's like, I don't know what it is, but it's something not right. And he didn't. And then they found a house, a week, 2 weeks later. And I think, I'm not sure if we did find.
Yeah, so a week, 2 weeks later, where I told them, don't send in your earnest money deposit. I don't care if we're under contract. Something is off. There's a bunch of red flags. I don't know what it is, but my gut's telling me that if you send that money, you're never going to see it again. We find out that had Chinese drywall, which down here in Southeast Florida, it's a nickname for a drywall that had a manufacturing defect that came from China that was so toxic that people died. And the neighborhood was actually under litigation a few years ago, and that unit was never remediated. And there's been deaths. Like, that's how toxic it was. I'm not talking about like mold. I'm talking about like something that's like 1,000 times more poisonous, where there was few individuals who actually passed away in that area, in those neighborhoods, because of these defects. And it was not in the seller's disclosure. First of all, when I started asking for the seller's disclosure, red flag, I wasn't provided one. When I asked about this, they said, yes, the unit had it. I said, well, please provide proof of remediation. Never received it. And that's when I started getting ghosted. And that's when I told my clients, I'm like, pump your brakes. I know you love this property, but I cannot let you buy it. I will not represent you if you decide to move forward with this, because I can't.
That's awesome. That makes you a realtor, by the way.
Thank you. And that was at a time where probably commission breath was there, but I knew that if I put them in that place, it was going to not let me sleep at night. Right. So I had to, I told them, listen, guys, I know this has been very stressful. Told them to explain the situation. We ended up finding another place about a month later.
That's awesome.
And now their family's moving down to Florida, which is like 2 or 3 individuals. They all need 2 or 3 separate houses. Young couple, so I couldn't get myself to do it. It's like the moral compass, right?
And they'll tell everyone about you.
Yeah.
You can't stop.
At least I hope so.
No, they will. They'll remember that you saved them from a really bad deal and that you put the money second and them first.
Yeah. But that's how it's always been for me. I think that's rooted in us. It doesn't matter. I don't know. We don't have to get into this, but no matter what you believe in, there's always a plan.
I agree.
And when you think you're 5 steps ahead, you're about to get checked.
That's right.
And you're doing shit you're not supposed to be doing.
That's right.
Because it all comes back,
always
no matter how we look at it.
Your gut tells you everything. I want to keep both of you with me. I don't want to give either one of you up. So I love this. I was so scared to do this, and you guys are awesome.
It's definitely been fun.
Thank you. And that is our perfect ending. But I want to give you the floor, Lisa. If anyone wants to buy or sell a home in your area, or if you're doing referrals, or if you're looking to grow a team, or if you've got something else going on, I don't know what it is. I know you've said it's not about the money or whatnot for you. How can people reach out if they want to, whether it's phone, email, website, socials? How can people know what you've got going on?
Well, you can always find me on social media under Lisa Williams, and Lisa's Leesa. My phone number is 405-205-0867. And I love to help answer questions. If anyone needs help with their homes, I certainly don't mind, if you're in this area, sending you great names of people that can help you. So anyway, just reach out to me.
Perfect. Lisa, it's been an absolute pleasure. We hope you enjoyed the show. Everyone, we hope you enjoyed listening to Lisa's story, and we will see you in the next one. Oh, and by the way, if you're interested in gaining access to our course and coaching programs 100% for free, then head over to go.eliteagentsecrets.com.